This is Brian Hannon. I'm Vice President of Sales with LeveragePoint. I'm going to walk through one of our demonstration value stories. You want to think of a value story as a PowerPoint presentation that has a value model or mathematical model embedded inside of it that helps us actually calculate and display value in real time. We're going to be demonstrating a chemical that is an automotive coating, so paint for a car. The first thing we'll notice about these value stories is we can edit them. Here, we're maybe going to be talking with BMW today about our new coating and hopefully walking them through the value that they should be able to see with our new coating versus the existing coating that they're using today. Before the call, a salesperson can go to a hidden call prep screen and input some initial estimates about the customer's business, such as the number of vehicles per year or price per liter of their current automotive coatings. By inputting their best guess into the math, it invites the prospect to push back during the conversation. Chapter 1 is really going to be a discussion of the product itself. So here we're getting into some discussion about how BMW might be experiencing their coating today. Are they happy with it? Is it doing everything that they would like? And we might start to introduce our coating to give them an idea of where we think that we can impress them, where we can add value, what are some of the features and the benefits. As we proceed forward, we'll start to see some operating assumptions. So these are similar to the data that we saw at our call prep screen. But the goal here is really to introduce it to the customer. So we want them to see us customizing this presentation for them, with them, and that encourages them to participate. So this stops hopefully being a one-way discussion, a one-way presentation, and it turns into a back and forth. If we can start to adjust and agree on some of the operating assumptions that we used to design the presentation, then the folks at BMW feel like it's a partnership and they'll be working with us to customize the presentation versus just being a one-way audience. So as we get into chapter 2, we're going to start focusing on the particular value drivers. So here we have a slide that is designed specifically based on the value model, which focuses on 3 positive value drivers. So our coating is more durable. They need less of it to do the same job, so it's more efficient. And for a couple of reasons, our coating is more sustainable, meaning that it weighs less, so the car uses less fuel. And it also allows BMW to save money on shipping costs because it weighs less as well. And finally, we have what you see in red on the right here, which is a negative value driver. That's typically some type of investment that BMW would need to make in addition to purchasing our product. We're now doing a value estimate. So this is something we do many times early in a value story, and it allows us to kind of set the stage about what we're going to be talking about. So here we're projecting that based on what we've learned so far, we think we can generate over $17 per vehicle of value over and above the coating that BMW is using today. So we think when you compare them side by side, we can generate more than $17 per vehicle. Or if we look across that 100,000 vehicle number per year, that's over $1.7 million. So we're obviously making a kind of a bold claim. We think we can generate $1.7 million in value because our coating is superior, and we need to be able to kind of back that up. So here we're saying the undercoating step is no longer required. So they don't need to do multiple coatings using our solution. Needing less material certainly will save them money. And we can show how we calculated that. And so if we wanted to, we could actually show the equation as well. So here's how we did those calculations. And you'll see here the cost of the current undercoating material is here. It's also here. So they might tell us to change that data, and we can do that to better reflect the reality of the situation. As I move forward, we'll take the prospect through the other 2 value drivers in the same manner. Reduced warranty costs, improved fuel economy, and incremental equipment costs, which is a negative value driver. By including these negative drivers and inviting pushback on the math across the positive value drivers, we are generating credibility and buy-in from the prospect on the final value calculations. And then finally, chapter 4 are summary slides. We show the impact our coating solution can have for BMW using the data captured in the conversation. Despite the higher price, our coating solution would create over $1.3 million in net value when you incorporate the customer data across each value driver. We work with our customers to display this data in a way that best suits their business. Here's another way to display the same data. We can customize the entire presentation by embedding video, audio, different charts, all within your branding. Finally, we can use the share link feature to allow the prospect to play around with the value story on their own, letting you see what changes they make. After the call, the customized presentation can be embedded into your CRM, such as Salesforce. We can generate a PowerPoint or PDF download for the prospect to share internally with colleagues, decision makers, and procurement. Customers that use LeveragePoint Value Stories see improved win rates, increased deal sizes, and reduced sales cycle time. Feel free to reach out to us to schedule a demo.